Hi there, namaste, and welcome back to another spiritualistic pick a card reading. Today I'm channeling a message to you from somebody that you haven't met yet. So please take a deep breath, drawing the energy up your spine, creating a clear and open channel. And as you exhale, let yourself come into clear knowing which group or groups has your message in it today. We have group number 1 on the left with eyes like a hawk, group number 2 in the center with wise like wood, and group number 3 on the right with intuitive water. As always, my love, the timestamps to your readings are listed below in the description box below, as well as all of the links if you are looking to work with me one-on-one, if you're interested in any of my personal tarot and oracle decks that I've made to share with you, any of my published books or journals, or if you're interested in some merchandise from Spiritualistic to wrap your zodiac sign or crystals that I've hand wrapped. With that being said, I also want to let you know I do have 2 exclusive content channels, one here on YouTube called My Inner Circle and one on Patreon. I post different content on each of those platforms, and you can find the links to both of those in the description box as well. As always, I love you. I'm grateful for you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe because it helps me out. It helps the community out, and I appreciate the love. As always, I'll see you over there. Namaste. Hi there, Group 1. Namaste, and welcome to your reading. Today, I'm channeling a message to you from somebody that you haven't met yet, and you selected the first group with the Eyes Like a Hawk card. Group number 1, the person that's coming through for you is a friend or an acquaintance. It seems as though you have a very professional relationship with this person, but also that you open up about quite a lot. Your connection with this person feels very refined, professional. This would be something like a work friend or a professional colleague that is more than an acquaintance, but your friend. But you might not hang out and have sleepovers, right? You might not necessarily grab brunch on Saturdays with this person, but this is somebody that you are in the future very close with professionally, and it's also somebody who you end up in a long-term friendship connection with professionally. So this is somebody who does have many years to get to know you. The first thing that they want to tell you is to remind you right now that your gut instinct is never off. This person feels, to be honest, like they are a little bit not hesitant with compliments, but let's just say they don't give them out freely, willingly. I mean, they do give compliments, but this person seems a little bit more cold-minded, not in a bad way, not in a mean way, but a little bit more rational, a little more cool. So they don't necessarily give out compliments left and right. And they want to tell you now today, especially your younger self that is you listening to this reading, that you are never incorrect with your hunches. You're able to predict trends, whether it's in business or with social structures or with business. You're able to predict trends. You're able to understand the way that different things are moving. I'm being shown a chess game or a game of Go, where you are able to strategize based upon what is likely to occur. You're able to understand the other moving parts, the other players, based upon the way that they're moving. And with that being the case, you're also able to strategize and see what moves are going to be made. So you're able to move accordingly. You're able to move in response to things that others cannot yet see. And so this person that you haven't met yet wants to let you know that this is one of your greatest skills and tools in this life. You have eyes like a hawk. Nothing gets past you. You notice everything. And your first instinct is always, they're saying usually, correct. They've never seen it be incorrect. But this is not someone who would give an always or a never statement unless they really truly mean it, unless it's really 100%. They've never seen you be wrong. You don't have any track record of ever being incorrect. When it comes to this kind of foresight, when it comes to your observational abilities, when it comes to things like this, they also want to let you know that, especially since you're young right now, they want you to know that because you have this gift, because you have this skill, this is something that you should be capitalizing on, regardless of the way that you choose to apply it. And this person will see you apply it over many different ways over a large period of time, but you will settle into one main I'm hearing attraction of yours that is going to end up being the main player in your life, whether this is a job, it's a hobby, whether it's a career, whether it's a lifestyle, whether it's a project. This person is going to see you kind of settle into that place. It seems like they know you as you're moving into that space, and they know you throughout the duration of it. So they do want to let you know that you do have, so they've heard from you in the future, they have a lot of different stories that they've heard from you about different ways you've applied this, different ways you've been successful, the way that you're able to maneuver yourself so that you end up in those spaces, so that you end up in the right place at the right time around the right people. Now, this is more than just strategic maneuvering. This is intuition. And it's more than just utilizing your intuition for capitalization of that intuition. It is actually followed with integrity. It is partnered with virtue. It is partnered with putting your money where your mouth is, by standing on whatever it is that you're saying, standing on business. And so this person wants you to know that your integrity, your tenacity, and your ability to take daring, bold moves, because you know intuitively, because you're able to see the pattern, because you already know what's going on, you're able to move strategically. Don't second guess yourself. This person that you have not met yet, they have heard from you in the future that when you were about the age that you are right now listening to this, in this chapter of your life, you will hear something intuitively, you'll feel something intuitively, you'll notice something, you will know the truth. You'll have it locked in. And then right at that very last moment before it manifests, you might start to second guess it a little bit. You might be shown something that causes you to be confused. Wait, I thought my intuition was going to show me. And then something manifests that was exactly what you knew all along. So hold your vision. You are accurate. Your eyes are like a hawk, and you have confirmation of this. And they want you to sway less. Be less swayable when it comes to your initial vision. If you have to, write it down and drill it in your brain. This is because this person sees who it is you're going to grow into. And you are pretty sharp around the edges. And you're quite solid internally too. And a few of those little things that they want to pass along to you, messages to you from the version of you that they know later down the line, is they know, or they've heard, that you wish that you trusted yourself more during this period of your life. On the journey to get to the version of you that they know, you wish in the future that you trusted yourself more right now and on the journey in order to get there. So, with that being said, you do have eyes like a hawk. Trust it. They're saying worry less about the heart and more about the mind. Your heart is as open as can be. You give love unconditionally. You also need to receive love unconditionally. And love can sometimes be discipline. It can sometimes be assets. It can sometimes be helping other people. Love can sometimes be transactional. Not in a romantic sense necessarily, but it can be run like a smooth, successful business. And this can be friendship, it can be platonic, it can be familial, it can be romantic. Now, this is not the person to give you advice on your love life necessarily, unless you are moving more strategically in this area. This will be someone who helps you with the guidelines, but wouldn't dare to try to overexert what it is that you know already, because your intuition, your inner knowing, is second to none. This person trusts your judgment, as you should as well, especially at this point in your life. And they also want to tell you that they do love you, but also that the things in your life, they should serve you, and you should serve them as well. Now, this is not to say that love is transactional, or that everything needs to be kept on track record, but they do want to remind you that if you are floating out in the ether, and you are following human emotions, this is not the way to be successful. And if success to you is happiness, this is still not the way to achieve it. You need to remember that what you know internally, this business move is not for me. This is the right direction for me. Everyone says this is going to happen, but it is not. Everyone says this is not going to happen, but it will. Things such as, this is not my person, but they keep following me around and asking me to go on dates. Things like this. These are the things that you know, and you're being called to just move in accordance with these things, rather than floating around and letting yourself be proven right. Just already know that you are. You will save yourself some time, you will save yourself some money, you will save yourself some energy, and above all, you will save yourself some peace. Peace is not something that is transactional. Peace is not something that you want to mess with. It is not something that you, group number 1, do not have access to either. So, this person that you have not met yet wants you to kind of gas up your own ego a little bit. The way that your confidence manifests is by remembering your intellect and remembering your intuition. Because these are some of your greatest super strengths in this life. You are not one to hold contempt towards others. You are not one to be in your human ego in a distorted or negative way around others or in general. You are not one to withhold empathy or compassion. However, your ability to stay level-headed and do what is best for the whole group, for the whole collective, because you see the truth without getting swayed and wrapped into the tornado of other people's drama, emotions, chaos, manipulations, stories. This is a gift and a skill. This is exactly what's going to get you to where it is that you know you're going to be. So stop doubting yourself. This person wants to tell you that the version of you that they know and are connected to is highly successful. They met you in a period where you could be considered successful, and they've only seen you climb the ladder. And from the version of them that's coming to you today, they haven't even seen you reach your top yet. You might feel as though you never quite anchor into one thing, you never maybe settle into one career, you never settle into one relationship, you never settle into one title, into one position, one hobby very often. And it's because your journey is transitive. It is one that is moving through several things. You might be a business person, and in being a business person, you might end up running several businesses instead of only one. So that job title might be quite flexible. It might be more of a lucidity than it is a title. The same thing might manifest with your relationships or with your friendships or with your hobbies. You might find that you are kind of the person who does many different things. You like many different topics. You have many different hobbies. You live in many different places because you are not the Arizona person. You are the globalized, where are they now person. It's about the journey, but less than the destination. And your life, the footsteps of your life are your story. They are what you have to teach. Your life in action is your lesson you have to teach. So, message, what do you want to tell group number 1? 8 of Swords. Okay, they see that you've been in your head a little bit, and at the end of the day, what you knew to be true, that would have kept you grounded this entire time, could have avoided this. And so they're not telling you that you should have moved differently. You're perfect the way that you are, and you are growing. But they want to tell you that next time, save yourself the headache, save yourself the heartache, save yourself the inconvenience. Time is your greatest resource in this life, and so don't waste it in this kind of way. When you feel things that are deep and they're beautiful, those things are amazing. But make sure not to subject yourself to the highs and lows of life so dramatically, or to subject yourself to the assumptions, presumptions, opinions, false narratives of others, so much so that it keeps you from experiencing those things that you are meant to enjoy. The things that you in this lifetime would like to experience today, you're going to experience all of these things and a lot more as well. You're going to find that you end up becoming more and more rational and less emotional over time. This is the version of you that is acquainted with this person. You are someone who can achieve anything that they set their mind to, everything that you set your mind to. In fact, the moment that you have an idea, it's basically already done, and it's done the best that it's ever been done. So they want to kind of remind you who you are and what you're capable of. Just because you are still growing doesn't mean that you don't have a place that you're getting to. Even that place you have in your mind of your destination, that's still a version of you that sees themselves as growing. So they want to ask you to have a little stronger of a sense of self-perception here. This person feels as though they don't have conversations like this with people very often. They're usually way too busy for this. And they usually have way too many things. Like, I'm hearing this person say, I'm too busy changing the world. I'm too busy innovating. This is not somebody who sits down and puts their hands on their knees and like bends down to meet someone small at eye level and gives them a little pep talk. This is somebody who is leaving that for somebody else who does that. They're making an exception for you. You are always worth this person's time. I'm getting that in the future when you are acquainted with this person. When you and this person get together, it is always efficient, whether it's 5 minutes, 10 minutes, or an hour, or a whole day. It is always for something efficient. You have always carried something as far as it can go until you bring it to this person, and they do the same. Your independence, your ability to act independently, is also a very big gift that they want to remind you. It's not just a gift that you have and you're special and it's cool and it's fun. Well, it's this. It's also a tool for you to use. Now, with the Fool in reverse, it's actually an interesting message. This person wants to remind you that you are the only one who can get things done in your life. I'm hearing, yes, if you want it done right, you have to do it yourself. And this is not to say that you cannot ask for help or you cannot grow into having assistance in different areas. However, it is saying that some things, you are the one that needs to do these things. And this isn't saying things like your laundry or your dishes. This is saying things like your innovations, your thinking, what you have to offer the world, your intellect, your perception, your eyes like a hawk, specifically your intuition. Sometimes you feel as though you don't necessarily fit in. And again, I'm hearing that cliche, but it's true. You don't fit in because you're born to stand out. You're meant to be a leader. You're meant to be an innovator. And I'm hearing like they can't even believe that they're saying this to you right now, because the version of you that they know is not one that would ever question their intellect, their worth, or I'm hearing their fashion sense. You and this person speak on a almost daily basis, weekly, minimum, daily at the most, and they want to tell you that you being in each other's lives changes each other's lives. Now, you both reach a significant amount of success, but something about your collaboration or acquaintance brings you both astronomically to another level. And they're saying yes, spiritually as well. They're saying don't underestimate your intellect. Don't underestimate your intellect. There's a reason why you have the perspective that you do, and there's a reason why you're around the people that you are around right now. Right now, you are learning things that seem entirely irrelevant to you, that are going to be super useful later. So, use your observational skills on things that seem maybe unimportant or medial or minute to you today, because you have a very good memory and you also have very good observation skills. So the things that you are witnessing right now, they're actually going to be important details that you are going to pull from later for reasons that are currently unimaginable to you, because you're innovating yourself into that place. This person wants to let you know that you are always a good investment of time, energy, attention, money, other resources. This person wants to let you know that you're going to be in a very comfortable position, not that you ever doubted it. And they also want to let you know as well that the air of mystery to you is not something that you should waste your time around people trying to figure it out for them to get it wrong. It is something that you should simply accept and allow that it's there. Because I'm hearing that it's like from SpongeBob, where Patrick Star is like, the inner machinations of my mind are an enigma, but literally like the inner machinations of your mind are an enigma to those that are not you, right? And then what it refers to, it's actually something extraordinarily simple. And I'm hearing that Leonardo da Vinci quote, simplicity is like the highest form of sophistication, or something along that line. I'm paraphrasing. But this person that you have not met yet, they want to tell you that You are in exactly strategically the correct position to reach your highest timeline, your most success, your happiest as well, your most abundant. You are exactly where you need to be. So don't second guess yourself. You put yourself here and you're getting yourself where you're going. The only thing is second guessing your intuition, second guessing your capability, second guessing your intellect, second guessing your stamina is another thing that's coming through. You do have a lot of tips and tricks up your sleeve that other people don't have access to, but you also have a curiosity that other people do not have. You have a curiosity, you have a desire to learn, to grow, to evolve. And this is not something that you can find by copy and pasting other people. Whether this is in business, in finances, in friendship, in fashion, in spirituality. They want to tell you that you are going to be successful at some of those world-changing visions that you've had for yourself your whole life. And that these are going to be things that are one of many things that you do and work on and achieve during your lifetime. What you think might be your greatest accomplishment, if you can get there, is something that to you, it is just one of the many things going on in your life. In fact, it is a small deal, but it's a big deal to others. To you, it seems like a big deal, but that is because you are still working through the emotions and processing the version of you that you truly actually are internally. The reason that this person is coming through in this reading for you today, or the reason that you're connecting with this individual and receiving this message right now, is because this person that you have not met yet sees and perceives you as who you are. They do not perceive you as the emotional reaction that they have to who you are, and then a narrative that fits them the best, and then the way that they want to respond to that. They see you for facts. They see you the way that it is. This is not somebody that you have met yet. You have not met somebody who sees you like this yet. And they also want to tell you, again, that there's a reason why certain things get stuck in your head. These things are not an accident. This is going to be somebody who you have some sort of mutual connection with. This is a friend of a friend. I'm just hearing mutual, so this can be a family friend. It can be someone who, it's a business partner, but it's their cousin or their sister, or they introduce you, or something like this. This is someone who, in some way, shape, or form, you're connected, and it's going to be through an individual that you would probably suspect the least to connect you with this person. You would both individually change the world and change your lives and change the lives of many others. And when you are in communion with one another, when you are in collaboration with one another, you bring a heightened element to that success, to that abundance. And the reason why it's important that you don't second guess yourself and you continue to objectively move forward and trust your intuition is because your life is not the only one that you evolve and change. You have a ripple effect on the world that is a lot bigger than the highest accomplishment that you deem possible for yourself. Again, that is only a breadcrumb to the entire loaf. So, they want you to, yes, follow your happiness, and also continue being a bit more objective. Create to create. Remember that your journey is through. Your journey is walking a path. It is not a destination along those paths. And this person wants to remind you, your intellect and innovation capabilities are unmatched. And so, your time should be spent very, very wisely. The more that you sharpen the tools that you have, the more precise your path will look. However, the things that you're observing right now are perhaps feeling a bit blurred and colorful rather than black or white or gray. But this is also intentional, as you'll be able to pull from this later. Don't second guess your intuition. You've had confirmation of this time and time again. Do not waste your time. You don't need to learn why you were right in the first place. move accordingly. You've done it before, you'll do it again. Sharpen this tool. It's the most important thing you have access to in this life as a human, besides your consciousness and spirituality. And it deserves to be treated as such. Group number 1, this is a message to you from someone that you have not yet met. I hope this helps shed some love, light, and clarity for you. And as always, I hope you have an amazing rest of your day, week, month, year, and incarnation in this beautiful magical realm. I love you and I'm grateful for you. Please like, comment, and subscribe. It helps me out a lot. It helps out the community a lot. If you're interested in any of these decks, working with me personally, or connecting with one of my exclusive channels here on my Inner Circle channel or on Patreon at Spiritualistic, you can find all of that in the description box below. I'll see you next time. Namaste. Hi there, Group 2. Namaste and welcome to your reading. Today I'm channeling a message to you from someone you haven't met yet, and you selected the second group with the Wise Like Wood card. Group number 2. This individual is someone who learns from you. This person wants to come through and let you know that you are of great use, not only to them, but to humanity. They want to let you know that not only are you very wise and very discerning, but you are also one of the very few true masters of a craft that exists on the planet today, at the time that they know you. There is something that requires a specific time commitment, devotion, spiritual understanding, inner work, and cultivation of energy in order to master whatever this is. There might be a lot of people who wish to master something like this. There might be a lot of people around you who pretend to master something like this. But ultimately, there are few true masters, and of them, you are one. This person wants to let you know that you are going to float through something that you are currently experiencing, and you're going to pass this test, if you will, of flying colors. This is simply a door opening to a bigger, more expanded version of your life. And while it might not seem like this right now, this person that you haven't met yet wants to let you know that your wisdom is what carries you forward. Your wisdom is why you are so successful. Wisdom is not having little tips and tricks up your sleeve. Wisdom is not manipulating public idea. Wisdom is not knowledge or even physical capability. Wisdom is what sets you apart from the rest. You are, again, very discerning because you understand the laws of the universe and the laws of nature. Because of this, you're able to utilize your wisdom in order to see the truth. You do not look upwards at a complicated net and try to find the algorithm and translate it into a language so that you can climb up that ladder and someday understand, maybe. Rather, you are in a place of wisdom, and therefore you're able to understand without the speculation, without the chaos, without the destruction, without the drama, always what is truly going on. There is a change in the wind, and the more that you subject yourself to the wind at this point in time, the more things for you are going to change. Notice when you are called to keep your windows open, and when you are called to close them. There is a reason for this. All of the things that occur around you are not all meant for you, but some of them are. However, a vast majority of them are not. The more that you are in your observational energy, the more you will find that the things that are happening around you are not reflections of you. Rather, these are your physical realities shifting in order to manifest something new. This person that is speaking to you today, they're a student of yours, and they want to let you know that they are about your age right now when they find you. This is somebody who has spent many years learning from you, receiving your instruction, or following your lead in some way. And there's something very significant about the night sky, either using the stars as navigation, perhaps even astrology. But just like using the stars for navigation or astrology, you must truly understand those stars in order to be able to read them, more so than just hearing what it is that is pop culture and trendy in the moment. You are about to experience a large period of growth in a journey that you will never forget. I'm being shown the book The Alchemist, so some of you might want to read that or reread that. I'm being shown the passing through the desert in the caravan scene from The Alchemist, for those of you who have read it. And for those of you who have not, it's the passing through the desert and navigating using the signs of nature and the stars that is coming to the forefront. You are not the only wise and knowing being that is around you, but you are the only wise and knowing human that is around you at this point in time. This does not mean that those around you cannot grow into this, but it is saying that you are more resonant in vibration at this point in time with the animals, with the spirit of the wind, with the spirit of the earth, and the spirit of the ocean. The great spirit of all that is. The connection to this is what it is that you teach this person who's coming through for your reading today. They wanted to give you a snapshot of this energy so that you can feel it, embody it, and embrace it as it's something that already lives within you and something that you're already connected to. And they want to remind you, God lives in the spine, universe, source, light. However it is that you understand that energy, its source is in the spine. So they want you to back up, not in time, not in body, but where your center is. Allow it to fall along your spine. This is something that you practice and something that you preach. And so the student of yours that you haven't met yet wanted to come through, tell you this or remind you of this today. I'm being shown a large rock, like a stone outside. I'm seeing like a rock under a tree and a person in a robe sitting on that rock under the tree, and a student of this person sitting on the ground with their legs crossed, listening to the teachings of this person. But it feels a little bit, perhaps it's an ancient vibe. It's a very connected to nature energy. There's definitely a younger energy and an older energy, like you would be the older energy. You're being painted as a master. So, before we get into the tarot, actually there are a few more messages that want to come through. I'm being shown a pink and orange and yellow colored spiral. And there's something here about the magic, the magical realms, and being shown like unicorns and fae and like the crystalline realm. So there's something here about experiencing the magical realm together. And they also want to let you know that you are not meant to detach from your connection with other realms. You are, however, meant to expand your threshold of what you have access to and your capability of how many of these realms, places, times, and dimensions you are in at the same time. You already have an idea of what this looks like for you and on you, but this is something that you continue to cultivate and grow and expand, so much so that you can bring others with you, if you haven't already. So let's get into the tarot. And let's see, group number 2. What is this message from this person you haven't met yet? Okay, 10 of Swords, wow. There's this energy of leaving it all behind, leaving everything behind and starting anew, like going on a journey that is maybe connecting with nature, perhaps going to live in an ashram or in a Shaolin temple or going backpacking. Like, there's definitely this energy of minimalism, living among the land, leaving it all behind, and finding the true meaning of abundance here, and finding your happiness and your true place in the world. There's a chapter that in some way, shape, or form you wanted to step into that looks congruent to this energy. Some of you, maybe you've always wanted to go meditate in the Himalayas for a while. Maybe some of you, you've always wanted to live in a van, or you've always wanted to be a backpacker, or maybe you've always wanted to just live in a temple somewhere and meditate and help around and take oaths of silence, there's an energy like this that you are being called into sooner rather than later, but it's going to be the beginning of a grand journey. I'm hearing the phrase renunciation. So this is something where this person knows that they're connecting with you right now before your renunciation journey. And that this is where you find not only your abundance, but the majority of your friends, a lot of your spirituality, and your abundance. You are more abundant in this way. I'm getting that I'm hearing increase in income and lowering your costs, okay? But there's something about the harvest, something about your contribution to the harvest that is Mother Nature, your contribution to the harvest that is the cultivation of spiritual energy that is coming through here. This person wants to let you know that you are about to step through a portal. And as you do this is going to be something that takes maybe a few months to a year for you, but you're stepping through a portal that has been taking a few years in order to prepare for. And as this occurs, you're going to be guided, but you're going to really step more into your energy of being a guide, being a master, being a teacher. Some of you're already in this position in some way, but there's something here about not comparing where you are now to where you're going to be, because you are going to grow and evolve, and your position in some way, it's going to change. You're going to be asked to, I'm hearing, acclimate to the cold, acclimate to the heat, learn how to find ripe berries, and start a fire without a flint. There is a big choice that was always meant for you, something that is seemingly in your destiny, but you have to be the one to choose it in order for it to go forward. However, you are always going to choose it, but it must occur through your free will. This person that you haven't met yet wants to tell you that they meet you along this journey, and that they're saying a bit messier, a bit more chaotic than you are now. There's something about you seeming as though you have it all figured out, you have it all together, you're a master in your behavior, in your thoughts, in your speech, in your eloquence when this person meets you. But when they meet you, they are beginning this journey of their own. It's really giving a vibe of an apprentice. I'm also being shown somebody living in an apothecary or in a cave or something like this, or in an ashram, and somebody comes in and becomes the apprentice of the herbalist, of the energetic healer, of the spiritual master. This is something that is not meant to come through you. It's something you are meant to become. And the message that this person has for you is that they love you so very much. You probably do not feel them on your spirit team because you are their guide. But they want to tell you above all, let's pull a little bit for the message here, that no matter what life looks like for you, keep moving forward right now and always, especially over the next 2 years. They also want to tell you that you are not alone. You're never alone, especially spiritually, but also that friends, family, old friends and new, will manifest in suspecting and unsuspecting places as you need them. You are about to embark on a new hero's journey, on a new fool's journey. Some of you might actually want to pick up my book, The Fool's Journey. It is step-by-step walking through this exactly with the lessons that go with each tarot card in the major arcana. So it can be used not only for divination, but it can be a guide through this. So this person that you haven't met yet, they want to tell you that they love you unconditionally, and that you know this. Their love stems from the cosmos. They love you the way that the cosmos exists. They love you the way that the universe is infinite. They love you the way that a mother loves its child. They love you. They appreciate you. They don't have much that they want to say that can interfere with where you are or your growth. For example, they don't feel qualified to give you advice, or they don't want to give you advice. I'm hearing like the grandfather paradox in time theories and things, where if you hypothetically travel back to the past and you and say one's grandfather is not born, then that lineage will then stop, and so that person will no longer exist in the future. And so there's something here about them not wanting to affect the natural organic flow of things. They don't want to give you too much direction or clue, but they want to just pop through and say hi. And there is a reason why they're the ones that are coming through today. It's to verify your interest in something and to let you know that you are not alone. We have the Emperor and the Empress in reverse here. There's something about a partnership or a divine union or partnership. Something's being flipped on its head. For some of you, this can be, we had the renunciation energy coming through. This might be that this is the path that you choose. You might choose to take an oath or a vow not to marry. You might choose to perhaps be a devotee, a monk, a nun, a priest, a priestess, or something of the like. Or it doesn't need to be formal either. It can just be something like this, and that won't resonate for all of you, but there is this energy coming through where this can be confirmation for that if it's something that you feel in your heart. For others of you, this Empress and Emperor energy on its head, it's saying that you don't need to see to believe. You don't need to, you've already made the choice. It's already written in the stars, and when you do choose this for yourself, it's going to lead you into divine love, where the universe is your best friend and your lover and your parent and your child and all of these things, and you feel that connection with the energy all around you. I'm hearing this on Colors of the Wind from Pocahontas, where she says, "Run the hidden pine trails of the forest and come taste the sun-sweet berries of the earth and roll in all the riches all around you." So there's something like this that's it's coming through is very important. So it's giving maybe backpacker, it's giving devotee who meditates in the mountains, it's giving connected to nature, it's giving homestead even for some of you. Like nature is calling and you must go. Now, let's get to the reason why this person came through for your reading today. Out of all of the people that you have yet to meet, all of the people who can give you a clue into the future or give you some good advice, people that you might look up to, people that might be your best friend or your lover that you haven't yet met. The reason why this person is here today is because they are confirming for you that your fate has been sealed because of decisions that you've made, right decisions that you've made for you. They want to tell you not to fear receiving help and giving help, not to fear, I'm hearing, crossing that bridge when you get to it. They also want to remind you that your soul is all of the magic that you seek. Your energy, your aura, is all of the magic that you seek. The more that you label it, the more nuance that you put behind it, the more stories that you tell yourself, the more you try to quantify it or rationalize it, the less in touch you are with it. Just like the master of astrology or following the night sky, they understand the energy and the message that is being spoken. It is a lot more than just math and angles. It is a lot more than transits. Rather, you can hear them calling to you. You can hear what they're whispering to you. You can follow them. You can understand. There is something about a treasure, a lost treasure, that is coming through as well. Now, it might be a little less X marks the spot, pirate ship treasure, or pot of gold under a rainbow that a lucky leprechaun left there, right? But there is something here about a treasure. I'm also being shown a red ruby, which might be significant for some of you. Someone's name might be a ruby, or maybe you lost a ruby, or you have connection to rubies somehow. But there's something about a treasure, and it exists, I'm hearing, in the soul. It exists in the spiritual realms. I'm also being shown an oracle's pool. So there are many things that you have yet to experience in your body in this life that you've experienced in your dreams, in your astral self, in your spiritual experiences. This person wants to tell you that you have been experiencing premonitions of your future. A lot of these spiritual experiences that you feel are maybe unbased or ungrounded or need to get grounded into reality a bit, memories that are seemingly past lives, but for some reason you are you, or you are your soul, you're the culmination of all energies that make you you. You're being called to trust that a lot of those dreams and spiritual experiences that you've had, they have yet to manifest. They've been anchoring in your subconscious, in your energetic realm, and as these energies ground and your energy ascends more spiritually, they will intersect. And a lot of these things will occur. They're going to be things that you would not expect to occur in the physical, that you've already seen, that you're going to be understanding why you've practiced before you got there, why you saw, I'm hearing their face or its face before it arrived, why you learned the, password or the way to decipher the puzzle. Your world is going to get turned upside down in the best way possible. But this person is coming to you today to tell you not to be afraid to take the leap. Because no matter what it looks like or what it feels like, when you fall, you will be caught. The version of you that this person knows would give that same exact advice. The version of you that this person knows is, they're saying, a role model of all role models, is the most abundant, magical, humble, kind, and I'm hearing secluded person they've come across, that they even know of. There is a reason why nature calls you in a way. It is time to begin answering that call. You will find that the hiccups in your life, they're asking you to start making those moves. Everything is not meant to change overnight. Change takes a life, or a few. You've been preparing for something for many years. This person wants to tell you that you are almost there. Remind you again that you are loved, and remind you that a little daily effort goes a long way. You do not have to change everything overnight. In fact, you becoming this version of you does not happen overnight. A lot of your premonitions and predictions, in fact, all of them will come true. A lot of the things that you did not realize were premonitions and predictions are going to come true as well. And you are already started. You've already decided. So, answer the call. I'm also hearing Call of the Wild as well, so that might resonate with some of you. Group number 2, that is all that they would like to share with you today. This is a message from someone you haven't met yet. I hope this helps shed love, light, and clarity for you. Please like, comment, and subscribe, as it helps me out a lot. It also helps out the community and the channel a lot. I'm grateful for you. If you're interested in working with me one-on-one with any of my tarot or oracle decks, this is my graphic tarot and this is my Follow Your Heart oracle. You can find those on my Etsy store at Spiritualistic. All of that is linked in the description box below. I do have exclusive content on Patreon, and I also have an Inner Circle channel here on YouTube, both of which have different types of content where I post weekly. And as always, I love you. I'm grateful for you. If you're interested in my book, The Fool's Journey, my book, A Comprehensive Guide to Astrology, my guided self-exploration journal, dream journals, intention journals, etc. You can find all of that, also handmade by me, of course, on my store on Etsy, also linked in the box below. I love you. I'm grateful for you. Feel free to check out another pile if that resonates with you, and I'll see you next time. Namaste. Hi there, Group 3. Namaste, and welcome to your reading. Today I'm channeling a message to you from someone that you haven't met yet, and you selected the third group with the Intuitive Water card. The first thing that I'm getting for you, Group number 3, is that this is someone who is energetically familiar to you. This is someone that you haven't met yet, of course, but the energy here is very spiritual. So it's very much, you are everything that you ever have been and ever will be. You've already met everything, like everything is simultaneous. The universe is infinite. It's very much the spiritual energy here. So this lets me know also that this person that you haven't met yet, this is somebody who you are spiritually familiar with. So you've already met them, maybe in another lifetime, maybe energetically, spiritually. Maybe you have this person on your spirit team. Maybe this is someone that you connect with spiritually. Maybe it's someone that you have known in another lifetime, in another realm, in another reality. This can also be someone who you've met in this life and they've evolved and you haven't met this version of them. Either way, the vibe here is that this is someone that you haven't met this version of them in this life. You haven't met them, but you know them. You're very familiar with each other. This also alternatively can be someone that when you meet them, you feel like you've known them forever. You feel like you've known them your whole life, in other lifetimes. You'll know them in other lifetimes in the future, in the past. So that's the kind of energy that's going on here. The way that it's going to be interpreted for each individual, as this is a general reading, will be a little different. But this is definitely a spiritual energy coming through. This person wants to tell you that they experience the highs and lows of life with you in some way. This is someone who feels a lot of emotions, but they don't necessarily express them. Like they feel very deeply, but when they feel very deeply, they do not allow it to impact their actions. I'm hearing warm heart, cold head. Okay, so this might be an air sign or someone with a lot of air in their chart, hypothetically, if that resonates with you. Because for some of you, this is even a guide of yours or a friend from another incarnation, something like this. What this person wants to tell you is that you are the main character of your own life, and not to forget that. They want you to center yourself and nothing and no one else. Now, of course, your spirituality, God, source, the universe, yes, but remembering as well who you are, a manifestation of such. Do not look outside yourself for the answers that you have within. And do not look outside of yourself for a creator being that is you, manifest as you as an individual. There's definitely a vibe where they want you to be confident in yourself. There's a playful energy coming through. So this is someone that you play with across time and space. So maybe you astrally project together and you want to have maybe dreams together in lucid dreams. Maybe you have spiritual experiences together. You meditate, you enter different realms, you play in the spiritual realms together. This is also somebody where you play in this life together in some way. You play together, you paint spirit, you paint the universe and the cosmos together. And so they want to bring this element of fun into your life a little bit more. And I'm being shown a dog, specifically a golden retriever. So that lets me know that this is something that always comes back around. This is a person in your life that comes back like a boomerang. This is somebody who's very loyal, very fun, very playful, very soft, very sweet. And there's also an energy not only of loyalty, but also of looking back at the past, having a lot of fond memories. So this person coming in, they have fond memories with you already in the past, years of them, while they're coming to you for this reading. And so for some of you, it's another lifetime. For some of you, this is, you haven't met them really, but you know of them. Or it's someone that you haven't met this version of them, but that's going to be for the least amount of you. Most of you, this is someone that you haven't met yet in this lifetime, but you're very familiar with in other lifetimes. You're very familiar with them. You hang out with them in your astral, in your dreams, in your meditations, on your spirit team. This is a very powerful spiritual being in some way. And you play, like you enjoy the entertainment that is this life. You enjoy the manifestations and the possibilities of the cosmos and the different realms and the astral realms and the causal realms, and you lucid dream together and you send each other messages and communicate telepathically. You play with your spiritual gifts, you play with the universe, you play with the cosmos, and you're both very intuitive, so you're on the same wavelength is what I'm hearing. So it's not just that you align with each other and come into connection, you're actually on the same wavelength, which is interesting. It's just that your paces are a little bit different, okay, for some reason. There's a message that wants to come through about them sending you signs and synchronicities and messages throughout your life. So this is someone who sends you signs. Think about now, if you know someone in your life, and maybe you've known them for a few years, they're your best friend, they're your partner, they're someone you care about deeply, you've known them for a while, maybe energetically, if you were to connect with, say, their inner child or their inner teenager or them 5 years ago, 10 years ago, before they met you, and send them signs and synchronicities. Take moments to meditate or connect with them energetically and send their inner child some hugs. Connect with them energetically and give them signs when they're lost. Connect with them and maybe even talk to them. Smile at them. Communicate telepathically with them. Put your finger under their chin and tell them it's gonna be okay, you know, you're beautiful, it's okay to cry, I'm here for you. Like, this energy like this, it's coming through. This person is very protective and nurturing towards you spiritually. And so this is kind of the way that they're coming through for you now. It's again as if you were looking back at someone that you love and you were spiritually guiding and assisting them. And that's how they are in your life now. So let's get into the tarot, because I have a feeling that they've got more of a message for you. Since this is a very ethereal energy, I'm going to get into the tarot a little sooner rather than channeling off of this. So let's see, group number 3, what is the message you have for group 3? Okay. They want you to put your happiness first. They want you to follow your highest excitement. They also want you to know that there are some things in your life that have yet to ground. Okay, I'm hearing the sun will come out tomorrow. That was very pitchy, but that's okay. It doesn't have to be perfect. There's this vibe of this coming through too. It doesn't have to be perfect. There are some things in your life that are grounding that you haven't seen yet. They want you to rest assured that if it's not, they're saying, if it's not a happy ending, then it's not the end of the story. If it's not positive, then it's not over. There's something like this they want to remind you. If it hasn't worked out for you, it's not the end of the story. And again, this 4 of Cups and the 3 of Wands, interesting energy. They want to tell you that your freedom in this material realm, it's directly connected to your ability to express your intuitive perception. And this might be something that you're still trying to figure out, because the way that you express is in some ways emotionally charged, but it's always humanitarian. They want you to be able to receive the kind of love that you have to give. Now, there's an energy of you being able to give in certain capacities, and you give what you can in all areas, but there are certain areas where if you don't have enough and overflow, then you can't give that. And so because you don't have that to give, that channel's not open in receiving. It's like that you prefer to give before you receive. And you have spirituality, you have positivity, you have love, you have gratitude, you have all of these beautiful, flowy, watery energies to give. And you are trying to receive some of these things. It's like you are a teacher, but you don't have a teacher. Or you want to give, you want to donate to places in the world that need them, but you don't have those resources to donate. You want to provide maybe food and shelter for someone, but you don't have food and shelter. There's this energy of you needing to take care of yourself first. You have so much to give, and there's a little bit of this energy where you continually try to give. You continually want to give. You feel as though it is your birthright to be able to give, and that it's others' birthright to receive as well. And I want you to flip that around a little bit. It is also others' birthright to give, and it's your birthright to receive. But they don't want you to focus too much on receiving and having and absorbing. What they want you to do is allow yourself to come to center. Some of you are going, I am centered, and that agitation is a clue. Because it's not about whether or not you are in your center between masculine and feminine energies. It's not if you're in your center between all of your chakras or in your heart. It's being centered, being relaxed. They want to let you know that you deserve to be relaxed so that you can play. There's this energy of, is it guilt around rest or guilt around play? Or, yeah, that will be nice, you would love to. As soon as you have what it is that you're not receiving, then you will give it, and then you can play, and then you can rest. And they want you to release that if-then statement. That's a limiting belief for you currently. And the way that reality is structured is pretty objective, but the way that it impacts and reflects each individual is different. So they want to tell you that that if-then statement is a limiting belief for you. They also want you to know that things are going to get a lot more fun for you in the future. They do want you to know that it is time that you use some of your spiritual gifts and abilities in more selfish and playful ways. They see that everything that you have, you love to give. You are one who is fine with having nothing and giving everything. And that is part of the reason why they love you, but it's not because they receive that from you, it is because you have that in common. So together, you're able to create something that is I'm hearing everlasting legacy, and because you have that, there's enough for you, there's enough for them, and then you overflow and you give to others. This person wants to tell you that when they meet you, you're in a more stable place in your life, but you're more stable than you are right now, but you don't necessarily have an idea of where you're headed next. This is something where you reach the biggest title you can have in your career in that job. This is something that has a cap on it. You have gotten the most advanced degree that you can get. You have the most advanced job title that you can get in your career. You have hit all of the milestones in a particular area of life that is somehow physical and somehow related to your idea of freedom. You would just be free if blank. Now, not in a spiritual sense, because we see here that your spirit, your intuition, your pineal gland, as well as your unconditional love, these things to you are freedom. You have spiritual freedom. You're not in delusion. You have spiritual freedom. You can play amongst the realms and have an entertaining time rather than a life or death, very dramatic, nuanced story, delusional time. You have this connection to unconditional love and source and growth that is being acknowledged here. But in the physical reality, you would just feel more free if, yeah, you would love to do all of these things, but that one thing, that thing that you focus on it, so it's not coming in, but it's not coming in. It won't come in if you don't focus on it, but it's not coming in because you're focusing on it. It's this double-edged sword, this paradox here. You are in a moment when they meet you where you have this figured out, newly figured out. But when this occurs, you have reached that cap, you have reached that maximum, you have reached that tallest you can get, that highest degree, that highest job title, that highest relationship status, that highest whatever it is in your current growth, you have met capacity. And the connection here liberates you from this. I'm being shown that in a sense, you ground them and they help you play in the spiritual realms more. And this might be different for you because it seems as though you are someone who is usually the spiritual, looking for the grounded energy, but you don't have that grounded energy. It's kind of giving this energy where you have mastered the spiritual, and so you're in this incarnation grounding the physical, the material. And perhaps it's the other way around for this person where they've mastered the material, and so now they're exploring and playing in the spiritual. But when this comes together, you're in the same wavelength, and you stay on the same wavelength. This is somebody who loves you, they adore you, they've seen you laugh, they've seen you cry from laughing, they've seen you laugh from crying. They have seen it all from you. And the message I want to tell you today is to continue sticking to your truth. They want you to journal. They want you to write down your experience working through this earth, this life, these global events. They also want you to continue to move forward. Again, they want you to keep in mind the truth. What really is truth? What is your truth? What is your truth of the way that you think and feel and experience and perceive things, not just in a grounded sense, but spiritually? Because that is the liberation point that you seek in the material realm. Although we're often told when you are in that point that, oh, you need to ground because in some way that's wrong or it's bad. And they're telling you, no, keep going. Keep going in the sense you've already mastered this. So why not find the parallel of that mastery and allow it to spiritually resolve itself? You don't need to apply the time. You don't need to apply the effort. You don't need to do the heavy lifting in the material realm because you've already done it on its adjacent side. If it's like a mirror, it is like a mirror. You've already mastered one side of it, so allow it to manifest in that way. You don't need to do both things the hard way. You have one hard and one easy, one simple, one complicated, and you have mastered one. So allow it to be simple. This is what they would like for you to embrace at this point in time. And this is what they mean when they say come back to center as well. They really, really want you to continue to charge forward with your truth. And they want you to continue speaking your truth. Speak your truth. Express your truth. Write your truth. Know your truth. Because you will find that it shoos away those who don't resonate with it and attracts those who do, including this individual. And this individual is a heavy hitter in your life. This is somebody who is, well, you're the main character of your own life. They want you to know that. But this is someone who is a main character in the plot of your life. If you're watching your life as a show or a movie, you're the main character. They're the second main character, and you're the second main character of their life. They want you to know that they will be coming in. You will be receiving them into your life instead of acting and going out and finding them in your life. And they also want to tell you as well that some of the things that are stressing you out or have the potential to stress you out right now are not going to come into fruition because you've learned all of these spiritual lessons before. But due to the laws of nature, you must experience their mirror in the physical reality. That does not mean that the lessons will ground again. It simply means that you must pass through that energy like a portal. This person wants to tell you that sometimes you have a difficult time perhaps relating to others because you are not indecisive. There's something about indecision being popular or speculation being popular or diminishing your own self, maybe your self-worth, your idea, your intelligence, that might be popular, depending on who you are, your position in this life, who you identify as, and just your position in like society and the economy or whatever it is. There's something here where your position in life, it is popular to shrink yourself in some way. And you are not indecisive. You are decisive because you know what's going on. You know the truth. You've already mastered this. So when you walk through its mirror, it's important that you stay level-headed and balanced and you allow the things that come to and through you to come to and through you. This person wants you to know that you haven't met them yet in your physical life, but you've met them energetically. And there are, out of everyone that reads this pile, listens to this pile, there are 2 or 3 of you maximum who have met this individual before. You've crossed paths, like in passing. And this is them manifest as a more evolved version of them that's gone on some sort of journey or evolution. But again, I'm getting 2 or 3 of you max. So most of you, this is someone you know energetically. When you meet them, this is feeling comfortable. It feels like home to you. It feels very much like you've known them. It's a very nice compliment to your energy. You don't need to adjust and align into their energy, and they don't need to adjust and align into yours. Rather, you adjust and align into energies together as a unit, as a team. Again, you take on spirituality together. It's definitely some sort of like friendship, partnership, or something here. There's a message that they want to send you about, I'm hearing all is fair in love and war. You might be hearing something like this or having common themes that are like this. Again, there's something about something that you're very interested in that might be, perhaps it's fantasy or it's astral or it's like very spiritual or ethereal or something like this, that they want to tell you is a reflection of your experience with them in some way. Right now, things are changing. They want you to use your voice. They want you to stand up for yourself. But they also want you to remember that the things that you want to receive so that you can give more, they want you rather to give what you can and receive, not so that you can give, to receive and to give. Not give so you can receive or receive so you can give. They want you to detach those things from one another. This will allow you more freedom from restriction in the physical material realm. And this is something that you understand and practice spiritually. Just as you know, I'm hearing every dog has its day. You are here to have an impact on the world. But in order to do that, you must not allow the material world to impact you. That way you can continue to have, again, a warm heart and a cool head. See things as they are. See them objectively, see them magically, see them purely, see them spiritually, see them beautifully, as they truly are. This person wants to tell you that they will see you soon, perhaps sooner than you think. And they also want to tell you that you can connect with them spiritually right now, or any moment at all throughout time. They will see you, they will hear you, they will feel you, and they want you to remember that separation between you and them, really separation between you and all things, is an illusion. But this is an energy that connects with you lovingly, truly, deeply, spiritually. And yes, you will be walking hand in hand in this lifetime, in whichever dynamic that chooses to manifest. They want to let you know that something needed to be dissolved so that that mirror reflection could be purified and completed. You know the truth. You are not in delusion. You are whole. You are in union with the divine. And you are free. So, don't pretend to be indecisive about it. And let it come to you. Let them come to you. They do have another message for you. They're asking me to pull some more cards. They're excited for you to hear with words what it is that they have to say. And it seems as though there are a lot of different things that they want to tell you, that they could tell you. And it's kind of hard to make up their mind because some of them are it's excited. They want to tell you about their day. They want to tell you about their life. They want to tell you what shirt they're wearing and they're really excited about it. They want to tell you this new band that they just listened to. They want to tell you about this astral experience that they just had floating out in the ether and the spirit guide that's on their team and the downloads they got. They want to tell you everything. So, the mystery here, there's something about like being under the moon, okay? Being under the moon, being in mystery. We do have 9 as a recurring theme, 999. This is something that you perceive to be in the future. When you detach, again, your element of time, right? Because we have this energy of, well, if they're in the future, but you've also already met them because the past and the future, it's simultaneous. The universe is infinite. There's no separation between you or anything. It's this spiritual vibe. It's coming back around again. So they want to tell you that the mystery between the two of you is more prominent at night or under the moon. They also want to tell you that you're surrendering control and you're being guided by your spirituality and trusting that the things that are meant for you will come for you, will bring this person in sooner. And they're saying that that's something that you want to hear, but it's funny because you know that soon is an illusion as well. They're going to be, I'm getting giving you something when you first meet them. It might be like a crystal or a keychain or even a hug or a piece of advice. But this is someone who has a permanent position in your life. And There's something about not group 2 that's coming through, but they don't want me to be more specific than that. I also want to call out here, we've got 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and then we have again 4, 3, 2. So the countdown is already going on. Okay, and you already know this, you feel it. It's not just vibrating at the same wavelength, but it's vibrating faster. Things are moving. So they want you to know that, as you know, the clock is ticking. As you know, you're preparing for a chapter of life that perhaps you are in a place where you already know whether or not you'll be entering into it, but as a human, these spiritual things that you've seen and learned and observed, they're now playing out in front of you in real life. And as this is occurring, you are being given the option to see it or choose not to. And so right now there's an option that you're being given to see or choose not to that you already see and you already know. However, the truth that you have doesn't change. You are more evolved than you think. And I'm hearing that phrase from Winnie the Pooh. You are braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, and smarter than you think. And they love you very much. So, group number 3, that is your channeled message from someone you haven't met yet, sort of. If you enjoyed this reading, or if you want to help support me, go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. It helps me out and it helps the community out a lot. It helps my channel thrive as well, so I would appreciate that. If you're interested in working with me one-on-one, I do offer channeling sessions, tarot and astrology readings, Reiki sessions, and personalized light codes as well. You can find that on my Etsy store at Spiritualistic, and there you'll also be able to find my graphic tarot, my Follow Your Heart Oracle deck that are used in this reading, as well as my other published tarot decks and oracle decks. You can also find my published books. I have one on tarot and one on astrology. I also have a guided prompted journal, and I do also have some other journals and crystals and things like that up there as well. Some hoodies for your zodiac sign, little necklaces, fun things like that. So as always, if you're interested in exclusive content, you can find more on my Inner Circle channel here on YouTube or my Patreon channel, also linked in the description boxes below. I do have different content I post on each if you're interested in following along with either of those collectives or both of them. As always, I love you. I'm grateful for the support. Thank you for being here. I love you. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day, week, month, year, and incarnation in this beautiful magical realm. Feel free to check out another pile or another reading that resonates with you when it resonates with you, and I will see you next time. Namaste.